This canvas is perhaps just a bit bigger than an A4, and I think it's the last large canvas I had left. I was thinking about self-acceptance, and I'm sure we're all guilty of this, but I was thinking about how self-critical I often am, and that it would be nice to learn to accept myself. So I did a painting, which, like me, is very weird. It's essentially like one head at the front facing left, another smaller head facing right, and then a couple of other bits and bobs which I'll show in a sec. So this is the face on the right hand side. It's the smaller of the two. It's quite a large peak of the baseball cap there. Someone stood on top of the cap. Some sort of figure sort of maybe dancing behind the cap. There's a cross in like a little window there. The other face looks more serious, quite cross, quite regal actually. There's some beautiful patterns in the face there. And sort of the cheek, there's sort of like different creatures and things, including what looks a bit like a fairy or something, and then like a lizard on the cheek, I think. Maybe even the letter R there. There's this figure on top of that side where there's a baseball cap, and it's like she beaming something out, singing maybe, or screaming. On the other side, it kind of looks more like feathers. Possibly see a person standing on the left-hand side there in pink. Underneath that left-hand side face, there's a person in some sort of vehicle, like flying in a cloud or something. Maybe a smaller person lower down with a dark blue horny headdress. Might be the idea of two figures here out of the bottom bit as well. One in like a pinkish dress and one in a darker red dress. Turn to the side, which is actually the way I was colouring it in. I'd forgotten that it was the other way around. I thought this bit looks a bit like a mushroom, almost like with two halves, the sort of face bit on the left and then this other bit on the right. And then the whole thing turned to the side looks a bit like a creature in a way. And I thought this triangular bit looked quite funny because it looks like the eyes are a bit wonky, which feels familiar, especially in the mornings. And then upside down, that bit that looked like two figures there ends up, I think, looking like a cow face. I kind of just like how all the different colours blend into each other. So that's the final image again. I hope it's not saying that I'm two-faced. I'm going to put this one up in my room to remind me of the message. Thanks for listening.